Hey guys, what's up? Zach here, UndergroundStrength.tv. We're here at the Underground Home Gym, and I wanted to bang out this video quickly because this question was sent to me through Twitter by a collegiate wrestler, an upperweight, who's wrestling in the 197-pound weight class. He weighs about 210, I believe he said, when he sent me a question on Twitter. And his question is, he's going away for 2 weeks, I believe, to Prague or Czech Republic to do some work. I think to do a little bit of missionary work. I'm not really sure. And his concern is, hey man, I weigh 210. I want to stay lean to make 197, and I want to do workouts that are going to get me strong and develop strength and explosive power, but not put on the added muscle mass that make me gain weight. Now, number one, if you weigh 210 pounds, making 197 shouldn't be too much of a problem. Usually in that D1 level, I've seen many guys 20 to 25 pounds overweight in the off season. That's actually pretty big, but those guys tend to be above and beyond the normal and the average. And I'll tell you this, when you're training outside and you don't have equipment, you don't have access to a gym. So here at the Underground Home Gym, I've got my power rack, rings, climbing rope, an Olympic lifting set, and a couple kettlebells. You can still train with body weight, and you can still train using your surroundings. And by doing a lot of low rep work, you're going to develop tendon and ligament strength, and you could also train in such a way where you develop explosive power, strength endurance, and by avoiding a certain style of training, such as a lot of high reps, a lot of pump training, a lot of bodybuilding type work, you will avoid putting on basically what I like to call non-functional muscle mass. Now you see this, I see it a lot, especially living down the Jersey Shore on the beach. You see a lot of kind of like puffy looking big guys. They look impressive, but when it comes down to it, if they were to get into a fight or to get into a tangle, or to simply say if they had to do some manual labor, they would be quite useless. They would fatigue extremely quickly, they'd likely get hurt, and they just wouldn't have the type of functional muscle that a wrestler would require. So Brad, that's who sent me this question. What I'm going to recommend you do is while you're out there, I remember one of the first wrestlers I ever trained, before he actually began training with me at the gym, he would go to the local construction homes where homes were being built or worked on, and the construction workers would leave out sandbags, cinder blocks, and he would train using basic compound lifts, using those movements, and he would do a lot of bodyweight training. So Brad, for you should be doing a lot of handstand work, should be doing a lot of hand walking, and a lot of explosive work, squat jumps, plyometric type push-ups. You could also do one-legged squats, which are also called pistols, if those don't bother your knees. And if there are odd objects, such as stones, things of that nature, you should be lifting them, carrying them, and doing compound movements, squats, clean and press, and so forth. In that 2-week time period, you should not get weaker. And also after that point, if your concern is gaining weight, then I want you to avoid the high rep type lifting that bodybuilders tend to use or typical gym guys tend to use, because that stuff is not going to have a good carryover to your wrestling training. And I know a lot of coaches might think, oh, these high rep workouts are going to fatigue them and build muscular endurance, but a lot of wrestlers are doing a lot of off-season wrestling, so that's going to develop your specific muscular endurance. Because I'll tell you what, if you're not on the mat, there's nothing that could replace wrestling conditioning. So for example, I got on the mat and I hadn't been on the mat for a while, and I trained extremely hard. And when I got on the mat, I just did not have that specific wrestling endurance. Nothing could replace wrestling. Wrestling in itself is going to make you strong because you're pushing, pulling, lifting. Your workout needs to be basically a lot of low repetition work, explosive, fast movements. That's going to build the functional strength you need for wrestling. It's going to develop the tendon and ligament strength as well. And the fact that you're probably doing some sort of missionary work over there means you'll likely be doing manual labor. A lot of times, you know, I know of guys that do this, they're going and they're working on houses, so you're doing a lot of carrying, pushing around wheelbarrows, using a sledgehammer, carrying loaded objects such as cement bags, cinder blocks, and so forth. that stuff is going to get you strong. Now you just got to tweak it and put it together into some workouts. And when you get back and you're back to lifting and you're no longer in Prague or Czech Republic or wherever you're going, keep those low reps, make it explosive, keep your rest periods down, and from there you got to just put it all into action, put that workout together, all right? Stay away from the bodybuilding stuff, can't emphasize that enough. I've seen many guys that, as they say, they look like Tarzan and they play like Jane. It's frequent that we have high-level collegiate wrestlers come in and they get their asses kicked from our high school athletes who are trained in our specific style of training. So I want to see you, quick recap, handstand push-ups and a lot of hand walking where people are holding your ankles, or you could even practice handstand walks. Do a lot of explosive work such as broad jumps, vertical jumps, squat jumps, lunge jumps, and upper body plyometrics or jump type training where you're doing all kinds of explosive push-ups. If there's areas that you could do pull-ups, whether it be off of 2x4s hanging from beams or pull-ups off of tree branches, for sure work those things. And if you could carry any odd objects, that means you could likely squat them, clean and press them, lunge them, deadlift them. Focus on the basics, low reps, very fast, and treat that stuff almost as if they are Olympic lifts. All right, so take action with that, and good luck, and want to hear some of your success stories on the mat. All right, from there, anybody listening wants more wrestling tips, GetWrestlingStrength.com and UndergroundStrength.tv. Later, guys.